What's up, guys? This is my little single shot H&R 357 handy rifle here, and as you can see I have the Choate Industries Survivor stock on it, and I've been running a red dot on it. I've been finding the cheek weld hard to place on this Choate Survivor stock, so I went ahead and purchased this little what's called a Mission First Tactical E2 BSA. It's kind of like a battle stock attachment. Basically, it's typically used for T6 stocks. And but I kind of took a look at it and figured there's got to be a way I can make this work for me to have a nicer chin weld there for the red dot. Alright, so when I just placed this on here, the dimensions are pretty close to what a T6 stock is. And so I knew this was going to be able to work, and all I needed to do was grind some slots in there for where it usually rides on the T6 rail on the T6 stock, and then just drill a hole for a screw to run through. Alright, you can see inside of there with this E2 BSA little saddle here, the hardware that was actually provided with it is what I used for it. And that's just a nut and screw that runs through here, and I've actually just filed down the screws down there so that I can stuff some stuff in there inside there still. And so there is where I ran the screw there, and then just put a nut on the other side. I'll go ahead and take this off of here so you can see just what it looks like. It's really simple to do. You can mess this up, but it's kind of hard to. So once you take the screws and nuts off of there, you just pop this thing off, and you can see I have a shoddy little slot here cut on either side. And how I did that was just with an angle grinder. I'm sure you can use a Dremel or something cleaner, but I was just looking for a slot there, and an angle grinder is the only thing I have. I don't know why I don't have a Dremel yet. But on the T6 stock for like ARs and M4s, stuff like that, M16s, this little notch here sits inside on top of the T6 stock. You can see the little slots cut out on T6 stocks. So basically all I had to do was create something for these to sit on, and I wanted to, get some flexibility in there for where I wanted to mount it. I measured from the top of this here down to where this slot starts, and then just basically mimic the measurement here. And cut my line. Dropped it on there, it popped right in, pushed it all the way down onto the stock here, and then drilled a hole for the nut on the back. And the thing sits pretty solid. So as you can see, the only thing I had to do was cut that slot in the stock here, measure it right, make sure it was going to go right, and then drill a hole for these screws. Drop some nuts on the back side. Since I have access to the inside of here through this storage space, it was easy enough to do. And you can see it's not going to be moving around anywhere. Everything sits nice and flush. Looks like it's supposed to be there. A little added bonus to this. This right here is an accessory storage compartment. It's supposed to be holding batteries and stuff like that. And so what I did was, since it's waterproof, I put some rounds in there. And so that's pretty cool. Hold some extra rounds. Alright, so as you can see, it looks pretty cool on there. And it actually functions really well. Every time I bring this up after reloading, puts my line of sight exactly where it needs to be with that red dot for a chin weld. And then I have a 4x32 fixed powered scope. That's more for a shorter range of shooting. It's going to work out really well for that because it's the exact same height as this red dot. So when I bring it up after reloading every time, it's a perfect shot, perfect lineup. So anyway, it's a pretty cool little idea. I know I'm not the first one to think of it, but I'm possibly the first one to put a video out on it for somebody to follow along with, or inspire somebody else if they're looking to do something like this. It works out really well. So if you have any other questions about this rifle, I'm going to be doing a full project review of this rifle here soon. So expect that. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask, like, comment, share if you will. If this helped you out at all, give me a little like down there. Until then, catch you guys next time.